The time is 9 o'clock, and you are listening to CHMA 106.9 FM.
And now it's time for your CHMA News. We're broadcasting from Sackville, New Brunswick, the heart of the Maritimes and the traditional and unceded lands of the Mi'kmaq people. Coming up in the next 15 minutes, we'll have your local news, Atlantic update, weather, sports update, and some community announcements.
This is Riley Murphy from 105.9 Seaside FM, and you're listening to CHMA, the voice of the marshes.
And here is a couple of local briefs brought to you by our editor, Katie Tower. Thanks, Katie, for the work that you do. Tantramara's own Thaddeus Halonia has once again earned national attention, recently being honored as one of the recipients of this year's Governor General's Award in Visual and Media Arts. Halonia, a photographer, visual arts artist, teacher, and publisher based in Jolicoeur, was one of 8 recipients and the only Atlantic artist to be recognized with one of this year's awards, which recognizes remarkable careers in the visual and media arts. Thaddeus Halonia, a visual artist with a career spanning over 4 decades, stands out for his distinctive interpretation of time, place, and the natural environment, says Muriel Egan, curator of contemporary art, and John Leroux, the manager of collections and exhibitions at the Beaverbrook Art Gallery, who nominated Halonia for the award. They also stated in their nomination, Halonia's photography goes beyond mere documentation, offering a contemplative reflection on the environment and its evolution over time. It is a profound dedication to place and the act of looking. His work, marked by its technical excellence and emotional depth, captures the beauty and complexity of our world and encourages a deeper reflection on our place within it. The Governor General's Award in Visual and Media Arts were created in 1999 by the Canada Council for the Arts and the Governor General of Canada. Winners received a medallion and a cash prize of $25,000 each. The awards were presented during a ceremony last week at the Mackenzie Art Gallery in Regina. And if you'd like a chance to watch the story of Christmas come to life from the comfort of your warm car, then come check out the Living Nativity Christmas drive-thru event at the Church by the Lake this Saturday evening. There will be something for everyone as you make your way to Christmas by driving through the parking lot of the church located at 14 Church Street, including the presence of wise men traveling from afar, shepherds, angels, Mary and Joseph, carolers, the real star of the season, baby Jesus, live donkeys, and sheep will also be part of the celebration. It's a free event which happens from 5 to 6 p.m., which will also include a glimpse of Santa, hot chocolate treats, craft kits, and special gifts. Free will donations will be accepted for Open Sky Cooperative. Storm date is Sunday, December 21st. And finally, the big shop was the Barn Shop was the big winner of Tantramara's first ever holiday business competition, taking home top prize in all 4 categories of the event. Competition ran from November 14th to December 5th in conjunction with the community's Moonlight Madness events, with more than 200 votes cast for the 2025 winners. The Barn Shop, an arts and crafts store located at 173 Main Street, earned first place for People's Choice, Best Tree, Best Light Display, and Best Holiday Scene. About 20 local businesses participated in this year's competition, which brought a little friendly and festive spirit to Tantramara's business community this year. Tantramara is looking forward to seeing the creativity that will go into next year's event. Quick break, and then we'll be back with your Atlantic update.
Hi, this is Mark Gorley from the Johnston Point Road, and you're listening to CHMA.
And here is your CHMA Atlantic update. Nova Scotia law firm says that it's reached an $18 million class action settlement with Air Canada and other defendants following a crash landing in Halifax a decade ago. Air Canada Flight 624 from Toronto struck power lines at Halifax Stanfield International Airport on March 2015, causing the plane to land about 200 meters short of the runway. 25 of the 133 passengers on board were injured. Wagner's Law says that a trial was set to begin in January with Air Canada, Nav Air, the local airport authority, Airbus, and the federal attorney general, all named as defendants. The settlement still needs court approval. And New Brunswick's largest health network has launched its holiday season surge strategy early this year for hospitals with extra staff ready to help if necessary. CEO Margaret Melanson says Health Horizon hospitals are seeing an increase in respiratory illness, mostly flu, with many hospitals operating at or over capacity. She says almost 40% of acute care beds across the network are currently occupied by patients who have been medically discharged. Those patients are often waiting for a long long-term care placement, so they remain in limbo. And northern New Brunswick communities will see a boost in transit services through the purchase of 3 minibuses. Housing, Infrastructure and Communities Canada says its $487,000 investment is expected to extend FlexGo's footprint in the Bathurst area, rolling it out to an entire Chaleur region over the next few years. In a statement, Bathurst MP Serge Cormier says the money will improve access to public transit in both rural and urban communities. He says people living in Acadia Bathurst rely on the transportation service to get to work, attend school, and access essential services. And Nova Scotia has announced a $465 million investment into major road and highway projects as part of a 5-year plan. In a release, the province says the initiative will include repaving, bridge replacements, maintenance, and other infrastructure work to improve safety and roadway efficiency. The plan is expected to advance more than 160 highway improvement projects over the coming year. It also maps out the government's year-by-year approach to repair and maintaining 23,000 kilometers of roads and highways and 4,100 bridges. And Northumberland Ferries is advising customers that its 2025 operating season has finished earlier than planned due to ice and forecast weather for this week. In a release, the agency says its final crossing of the season took place yesterday morning, departing from Wood Island, Prince Edward Island. That's Wood Islands, Prince Edward Island. Cumberland cited icy and windy conditions that impacted safe and reliable operations, and the passenger and crew safety remain a top priority. And speaking of ferries, in Newfoundland and Labrador has issued a request for proposal for an extra swing vessel in the province's ferry fleet. The province is seeking a vessel similar to the Legionnaire or the Veteran with a capacity up to 250 passengers and a vehicle deck of up to 400 lane meters. The RFP states it must be capable of year-round operation in ice conditions typically seen on the Tickle or around Fogo Island. The province says the vessel must also be less than 25 years old and able to dock in existing infrastructure. And that's your CHMA Atlantic update. Let's do a quick morning post 9 a.m. weather check here. There is a special weather statement in effect, as we've been talking about. Unseasonably warm temperatures, significant rainfall, and strong winds. That's expected for southern and south central New Brunswick from Friday afternoon into Saturday afternoon. Rains of up to 25 millimeters are expected, and winds could be up to 100 kilometers an hour. So they're encouraging you to make sure that if you have any travel plans, just to check in on the weather at the last minute, and if you can, just put that aside. Don't go out if you don't have to. All that kind of good weather storm stuff. Now is a chance. It's a beautiful sunny blue sky out there right now. Check gutters and rain drains and all that kind of stuff. Secure loose outdoor items that can be blown around by the wind. Now is the time to do it if you can, because it gets pretty tricky when that wind picks up. And if it was anything like yesterday, wow, that was a wicked wind. But let me tell you, 100 kilometer an hour winds is nothing to mess around with. Let's get into your 7-day forecast. Currently observed as -2, wind chilled at -5, and not a ton of wind, just 10 kilometers an hour coming from the northwest. 7-day weather is clear this morning. The wind north, 20 kilometers an hour, gusting to 40 at some point. 20 gusting to 40 in the afternoon as well. High of 2, wind chilled -8 later in the morning. Tonight, a few clouds, increased cloudiness before morning. Wind southwest 20 gusting to 40. Temperature rising to 7 by morning. December the 19th, Friday, cloudy with rain beginning near noon, about 5 millimeters. Wind southwest 30 gusting to 50, becoming south 50 gusting to 70 in the afternoon, a high of 12. For Friday night, rain, windy, a low of +1. For Saturday, the 20th of December, sunny, windy, high of -1. Saturday night, increased cloudiness, low of -8. Snow or rain coming in on Sunday with a high of +1. Cloudy with a 60% chance of flurries and a low of -3. For Monday, the 22nd of December, cloudy with a 30% chance of flurries and a high of -4. Monday night, cloudy periods with a low of -7. A mix of sun and cloud and a high of -8 on Tuesday, the 23rd. Cloudy with a 60% chance of flurries and a low of -9 on Tuesday night. A mix of sun and cloud with a 60% chance of flurries and a high of -7 on Wednesday, December 24th. And that's your CHMA weather. We got some Atlantic updates and got a couple of little things for your local news. Clinton will be up tomorrow morning with a local story for you. This is now Brian Nielsen with your CHMA Sports Update. And that's Brian Nielsen with your CHMA. That was not it. Okay, just give me a second here. I'm not sure why that didn't work, but let's just try that one more time. Let's try this.
Last night in the Professional Women's Hockey League,
Hi, das ist Lasse aus Deutschland und ihr hört CHMA.
Okay, we're having a problem with that file, but never fear. We've got a backup plan. Here again is, one more time, Brian Nielsen with your CHMA Sports Update.
Last night in the Professional Women's Hockey League, the PWHL, the Ottawa Charge on the road going to the Pacific Northwest, facing off against Seattle. And the Torrent with a torrential victory over the Charge. They win 4-1. In the NHL last night, 5 games were happening, beginning with the Florida Panthers defeating the Los Angeles Kings 3-2. The Utah Mammoth take a mammoth victory over the Detroit Red Wings 4-1. Winnipeg Jets get shut out in St. Louis, 1-0 final for the Blues. Carolina all over Nashville, a 4-1 victory for the Hurricanes. And it went out to a shootout in Nevada, but the New Jersey Devils defeat the Vegas Golden Knights 2-1. Return to regular season action in the NBA. Just saw 2 games on the schedule last night. Chicago Bulls defeating the visiting Cleveland Cavaliers 127-111, and it was the Memphis Grizzlies coming back to defeat the Minnesota Timberwolves on the road 116-110. And week 16 starts tonight in the National Football League, seeing the 2 top teams in the NFC West going head-to-head. That's the Los Angeles Rams against the Seattle Seahawks. Both teams sitting currently at records of 11-3.
That is Brian Nielsen with your CHMA Sports Update. Let's get into some community updates now. It's things are quieting down, but there's still lots going on. But yeah, if you've been listening to the Voice of the Marshes, we've been kind of talking about the same things, but that's how it goes, you know. There's a couple of other things that I can throw at you that are kind of interesting, but let's just do the rundown. It is Thursday, and I'm just going to check in with the municipality, and I think that's mostly what I was talking about. Generally, the municipalities putting out a bit more information on their day-to-day, but slowing down over there. Last night, of course, was that big council meeting that people were anticipating, and Andrew Black certainly laid down the laws and asked folks to please keep it easy, no sounds, and remove the signs and all that kind of stuff. So it was very, very, very interesting meeting. But yeah, that you can find that on YouTube, and there's a link at Tantramar NB, but the actual address is www.youtube.com/@Tantramar NB. You can find the archive there and listen through that 2-hour meeting. Yeah, well, they're also letting you know that they're hiring, as we've mentioned, and they're hiring for a utility worker, but they also have a couple of part-time jobs, Tuesdays and Thursdays after-school leader, a Trailblazers leader for kindergarten to 4, and a Dorchester Trailblazers leader. And the Crown of Winterfest is coming up, as is Winterfest in general. That's going to... Actually, I forgot what the dates are. February something or other. But we'll be talking a lot. We got lots of time to talk about Winterfest just yet. But if you know a senior who's gone above and beyond, January 28th is the deadline to get that information in about them. And otherwise, we're going to run over and check out the CHMA community calendar and see what's going on. Today is the day the Tales from the Tinderbox starts up, and the first one is going to be at 2 p.m. at the Sackville United Church, and then Saturday and Sunday as well, 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. on Saturday, and on Sunday at 3 p.m. And that is written by Ava Lucas, and it's a great kid's story for the holidays. Meadowlarks tonight is the Sackville Film Society. It's going to be... I would guess it's a tense family drama. It tells a story of 4 Cree siblings separated since childhood and now in their 50s who agree to meet for the first time over a holiday weekend in Banff. So I don't know if it's anything like your family, but that's probably going to be pretty intense if it was like mine at all. But yeah, it also kind of looks like it. But very good. It looks very, very interesting. As does all Sackville Film Society. And no, we haven't gotten the release of the winter schedule just yet. The Sackville Legion Luncheon up tomorrow, 11:30 to 1 p.m. And that's $20 turkey and gravy and all that good stuff down at branch number 26 down on Lawrence Street. Struts member show and sale finishes up tomorrow afternoon, so you still got time to run down. Check that out, get some inspiration, and buy some stuff. Sackville Farmers Market at the TVMCC, Port Elgin's Farmers Market at the Regional School. And we already talked about that Christmas drive-through with Living Nativity, and you probably know now already about the Elm City String Quartet. That is holiday classics and seasonal favorites by candlelight at the Mount Allison University Chapel. $25 for adults, youths 15, family 5-pack is $70. And we have here in the calendar as well, there's a committee of a whole meeting coming up on December 22nd. I would want to double check that. That might have been something that we put in the calendar a while ago, but yeah, it could be true as well. Because I was looking at the other day, just looking at Tantramar NB's very own community events calendar, which is pretty good. They're keeping it, they're doing all right with it. But I didn't see them mention that, and I'm just doing the scroll right now. Nope, I don't see that. So not sure. If those things are of interest to you, just maybe make a note and go check it out and see. But you know what? While I'm here, I'm just going to spend 2 seconds talking about Winterfest, because I saw that while I was there. It is February 5th to 8th. Yeah. So as soon as the new year comes back, then we'll get deep into Winterfest. Some of the highlights will include Family Day at Beach Hill Park, the Town vs. Gown charity hockey game, and a quick and intense fireworks show. Of course, the Crown of Winterfest is open. Yeah. And they ask that you stay tuned for our full schedule event. And if you'd like to take part, please reach out to j.wilson@tantmarnb.com. And details will be made on the Winterfest events page. That would be found at tantmarnb.com/events/winterfest. Okay, there's a whole bunch of community updates for you. Let's get back into the music. I got a quick little news outro for you first, and then we will get into the music. Okay, here we go. And that was your CHMA News. Please visit www.chmafm.com for more news and to sign up for our email newsletter. Funding is provided by our monthly sustainers, the Community Radio Fund of Canada, and the Municipality of Tantmar's Community Development Grant. If you have a story idea or would like to include an announcement, please write us at news@chmafm.com. Let's get the music machine started up. We are in holiday mode. If you've got any holiday favorites, we probably have them on hand, whether it's classical jazz or soul or bluegrass. We got a beautiful holiday mix. And I'm going to start it up. If you have any favorites that you'd like to hear on the Voice of the Marshes, you can always give us a call at 506-364-2222. We are more than happy to take any requests that you have. I'm going to start off with a CHMA favorite around here, Adrian Linker. We're going to play a snow song, and I have, what else? Mount Joy with Every Holiday. That's a good one. And let's see what else. Rufus Wainwright. I'm on the fence. Sometimes I absolutely love Rufus, and sometimes I absolutely do not. But I'm going to play some anyway. Maybe this is one of those times where it will work. So you got a snow song from Adrian Linker, Mount Joy with Every Holiday. I'm going to throw in some Mac DeMarco with Sweeter, Greg Kramer with Go, and then Rufus Wainwright with Spotlight on Christmas. And that will take us out of the morning show at 9:30. I've been your host, James Anderson. I've been with you since 7:30 this morning. And we are in a holiday mode since Mount Allison classes, exams, and all that stuff finished up yesterday. So Eric Gohill has taking the private jet back to Calgary and is spending some time with his family members. So he will not be on at 11 o'clock. I will be back at 12 o'clock for my third hour of radio for the day. Well, no, actually, haha, egg on my face. No, Craig's doing it. Yeah, Craig asked if he's finished exams, so he was just waiting to get some radio time in. So he was on for Siley yesterday while I took a trek down to Halifax. Well, not quite to Halifax, to the airport at least, and came back again. So Craig is back up again today at 12 and at 4. So both Craig and I are doing a couple hours each. And Kimmy is still getting prepped to jump back on air, but we'll be soon. And Maya Noel, of course, is up at 5. Evening program Faisal should be up. Ramona KS and Jack Bonsai is returning after taking a break for a week, and that'll be 3 hours of volunteer radio for you right there, starting at 6, going till 9. That's pretty amazing. And then I'll be back. Will I be back at 7:30 tomorrow? One of us, either Kimmy or I, we're gonna rock paper scissors for it. She's pretty anxious to get back on air, and we're always happy to have her. So tomorrow morning, be sure to stay tuned. 7:30, either Kimmy or I will be jumping on. But if Kimmy does take does win out, then I'll be back on at 8:30 with Brian Nielsen and your sports update. All right, again, this is Adrian Linker with a Snow Song, and then Mount Joy with Every Holiday, and Mac DeMarco with Sweeter. You're on the Voice of the Marshes.
Said I'm sorry, love, I have no will. If I try to move, I'll break and spill. What's left of me, my weight will kill. If I die inside this bitter shell, it will be upon a frozen lake. My knees will break, my breath will swell. The snow around my blood will paint. Lord, I know my time is off, and all the earth is ragged to the bone. Oh, oh. Tired is the burning sea that calls me to the bottom like a storm. Oh, oh. And I'm sinking alone. Now inside this blinded bend, I'll pour the ink down through my pen, and sentences that will defend my misery until the end. Lord, I know my time is off, and all the earth is ragged to the bone. Oh, oh. Tired is the burning sea that calls me to the bottom stop. Oh, oh. I'm sinking alone. I'm sinking alone. I'm sinking alone.
Every holiday I feel that depression from all this division. And we don't care, no we don't care. We're just sitting in my garage talking to my arm about the storm surge iceberg, spring in New England, and a new ring on an old friend, and mother's getting patient. Maybe it's all worth it just to see if we can outrun it. And I look at you across the room, your eyes like sinking balloons. Merry Christmas, babe, I hope we make it through. And it gets heavy, it starts raining, and I start noticing the placement of your hand upon my spine. The fading love's the darkest kind, but somehow we'll forget tonight and go around lighter stringing lights. The gutter never shines so bright. And every holiday I feel that depression from all of this pressure. And we don't care, no we don't care. We just hope you don't stay long talking to my arm about the warm earth, cold words, and men that make decisions, lying on the TV cause the money skips the women. But maybe it's all worth it just to see if we can outrun it. And I look at you across the room, your eyes like sinking balloons. Merry Christmas, babe, I hope we make it through. Every holiday I feel that depression from all of this pressure. Maybe it's all worth it just to see if we can outrun it. And I look at you across the room, your eyes like sinking balloons. Merry Christmas, babe, I hope we make it through.
That's every holiday from Mount Joy. Before you heard the Adrian Linker with Snow Song. We got coming out of holiday mode a bit. We got Mac DeMarco with Sweeter, Greg Kramer with Go, and Rufus Wainwright. Oh my gosh. Rufus Wainwright with Spotlight on Christmas here on The Voice of the Marshes. And this is me signing off for the morning. I'll be back either at 7:30 or 8:30, depending on who wins the rock, paper, scissors with Kimmy. One of us will be there first. And then the other. Okay. Have a good day and enjoy the sunlight while you can.
Now you know what love can feel.